and welcome to the video talking about the properties of trapezoids. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with two sides parallel. And again, we're still talking about quadrilaterals, okay, so it still has four sides. And all four angles still add up to 360. Okay, so but trapezoids. The parallel sides, okay, so the ones that are parallel, so in this case, this one and this one, those sides are going to actually be called the bases. And then the other two sides, the ones that aren't parallel, are going to be called the legs. Okay, so parallel. All right, so this is a leg, this is a leg, and then this is a base, and this is a base. All right, so because the bases are parallel, we know that the consecutive interior angles are going to be supplementary. Okay, so drawing back from what we were doing before. So we have the parallel lines, right? Those are these. And then when we're talking about consecutive interior, we're talking about these two angles that are along this transversal. So like if this one is, I don't know, 100, then this one is going to have to be 80. So, and I just made those numbers up just to show you that they're going to add up to 180. So add to 180 degrees. Okay, an isosceles trapezoid is just a more specific trapezoid, and that is a trapezoid in which the non-parallel legs are actually going to be congruent. Okay, so this isn't the case for every trapezoid, it's just the case for isosceles trapezoids. So these are still going to be the parallel sides, the bases, but in an isosceles trapezoid, this leg is actually going to be the same measure as that leg. Okay, some more properties are that the base angles are congruent. So the base angles are here and here and here and here. So this one is congruent to this one, and the top two are congruent to each other, and the diagonals are congruent. So if I have diagonals, I'm going to go from here to there and here to here. Those two blue lines are going to be congruent. So like if this blue line is 25 inches, then this one is also going to be 25 inches. They're going to be congruent to each other. And another thing is the median of the trapezoid is a segment that connects the midpoints of the two legs. So once again, these are our legs right here and right here. So let's say maybe this is the midpoint of this one and this is the midpoint of this one. That means that this is congruent to this and this is congruent to this. Okay, the midpoint means that those two legs have been bisected. All right, and if I draw a line, this is the blue line here is the median. Okay, it's also called the mid-segment. So those two words are just interchangeable. Okay, so median or mid-segment. And the properties of that are they're going to be, the median or the mid-segment is going to be parallel. Okay, parallel, which we can also say like that, to the bases. So this, and this are all parallel to each other. Also, the length of the median is the average length of the bases. Okay, so average means we take like base 1 and add base 2 and divide by 2. That's what we mean by average. So we add them together and divide by 2. That's going to be the length of the median. So a couple quick examples. Okay, so if we have two angles, we know that this angle right here and this angle right here are supplementary. So 180 minus 91, and we get 89 degrees. Same thing. Okay, same thing here. These consecutive interior angles, 180 minus 132, are also, okay, supplementary. So these two add up to 180. These two add up to 180. And then once again, you could check to see if they all four add up to 360. Okay, mid-segment right here. This is a mid-segment. We know that it's a mid-segment without it even telling us, because I see that it is the midpoint of this side and the midpoint of this side. It has bisected the two sides, which means it's the mid-segment. So remember, the mid-segment is equal to the average of the two bases. So just maybe down here, the average of the two bases is 44 plus 10 divided by 2. 44 plus 10, that's 27. Okay, so this is equal to 27. So the mid-segment is equal to 27. Now I just want to algebra 1 this. 28. So x equals 14. Okay, so the mid-segment is going to be, if I need to find the mid-segment, which it doesn't really ask me anything in particular, but let's say it wanted the length of the mid-segment, I'd be plugging 14 in. So 2 times 14 is 28, minus 1 is 27, right, which I already knew. Okay, so that's going to be 27. Okay, so the third one here, I see that these two sides, these two legs are congruent. That means this is an isosceles trapezoid, okay? An isosceles trap, which means that if this is 68, this is 68. It also means that these two are going to be congruent as well, all right? So I know that they're going to add up to 180, the consecutive ones. That's still a thing. So 180 minus 68 gives me 112. This is 112, okay? Quick, add those all four together. If I want to double check, just make sure everything still adds up to 360. And I've got that these are 112. All right, last one. I want to find the mid-segment. All right, so I can just say that's x. I know that it is the average of the two bases, okay? 22 plus 33 divided by 2, that's 55 divided by 2, 27.5. So this is 27.5. Again, I know that it's talking about the mid-segment because I can see that it bisects these legs. All right,